Marines. You got most of the cities are laying on their sides. The buildings are collapsed. It looks like a massive demolition site. The whole, so many of the cities. They haven't done it in Kiev because I guess they don't want to shoot too many rockets in there. They've done it 20%, but they haven't done it 100%. If they wanted to do it 100%, it would probably happen very quickly. But you have cities that are absolutely decimated. And yeah, I would say that, when they want a seat at the table, you could say the people wouldn't the people of Ukraine have to say, it's been a long time since we've had an election. That's not a Russia thing. That's something coming from me and coming from many other countries also. Ukraine is being just wiped out. Look at what's happening to the cities. There are cities, there's not even a building standing. It's a massive, you talk about Gaza. It's literally, these cities look like Gaza. Actually, many have percentage-wise more buildings knocked down than in Gaza. So, people are tired of it. People want to see something happen. And, the other thing that it's been bothering me for a long time, because I solved the problem with NATO. They paid hundreds of billions of dollars into the funds of NATO when I said, you got to pay, because the United States was paying for European countries, and then they take advantage of us on trade. But I've seen it. Look, they have to pay. They have to find out, where's the money going to? We have, I believe President Zelensky said last week that he doesn't know where half of the money is that we gave him. Well, we gave them, I believe, $350 billion, but let's say it's something less than that, but it's a lot. And we have to.
American bread is not allowed in Europe because it's not legally classified as bread. Question is, who is to blame here? Is it the company or is it the government? I'd say it's America's insane lobbying. It's a legalized form of corruption. But that's where I'm a bigger fan of European policy. Here in Estonia, I've had the benefit of meeting various people who work in the government, and I look at the policy that they are enacting. For example, in Estonia, 51% of the country is forested. Everything grown here is certified organic. All of this is law. I hate to break it to you, but if you live in the United States and you buy bread, it's not bread. It's a commercial weird product that here in Europe we cannot even consider food, and that's what you're putting in your body. American bread is
If you're a mom, do not give your kids Ritz crackers. It is banned in European countries such as Switzerland, Norway, Hungary, Iceland, Denmark, and Austria. It's made with hydrogenated cottonseed oil, which is associated with increased cardiovascular disease and also increase your inflammation. Cardiovascular disease is the #1 world killer, and inflammation is the root cause of most, if not all, chronic diseases. So if you want your kid to grow up strong and healthy, do not give them Ritz crackers. If you're a mom, do not give your kid The US food industry is poisoning you.
These American foods are banned in other countries. Number 1 is Twinkies. The European Union, Finland, Norway, and Austria all ban this American dessert for using harmful food dyes like yellow 5. Number 2 is Coffee Mate Creamer. Hydrogenated cottonseed and soybean oils got Coffee Mate banned in Austria, Hungary, and several other Scandinavian countries. Number 3 is Stovetop Stuffing. A combo of BHA and BHT takes us off the menu in Japan, the UK, and a lot of other European countries. Number 4 is US pork. Ractopamine is an animal feed additive used in US pigs. It's linked to several major health issues in animals and humans, which is why US pork is banned in China, Russia, and the EU. And at number 5, Skittles. Skittles contain yellow 5 and yellow 6, but Norway bans Skittles because the candy contains titanium dioxide. Let us know your thoughts on these banned American foods. If you're curious about what other harmful additives are in your food, download the Trash Panda app to find out.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get this epistle started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to our beloved Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, our beloved Lord and Savior, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Waharacha Kodash. Double honor as always to our beloved elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who we learn the truth from daily, whether you're here for bear. And a sincere salutation as always to the rest of the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of our sincere elders and Akim of Great Millstone, and the Akim on down that teach the likewise doctrine and all truth and sincerity with diligence. The speckled bird Hebrews are like foreigners scattered among the heathen, that look like the heathen, the sincere Akim of the nation of Israel that rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh Bashmi al-Shah, truth and sincerity, and the sincere Akwath that listen in silence and meekness as the scriptures command to do so. And as you can see right there, all right, I played a few clips because when you listen to the speeches done by Donald Trump, his whole thing when it comes to the EU and NATO as to why he's, pressing them to pay their bill and stuff like that. A while back, it was because of the defense, the percentage of money that each NATO member is supposed to pay for their country's military funding, for the membership fee, like at least 2%. And America, on record was paying the most at the time. I believe America and Germany were the countries that had the highest, that were basically paying the highest in fees. Trump's whole thing was he has an issue with the EU, the European nation, the European Union, because they wasn't paying, a lot of European countries wasn't paying enough with their NATO membership fees, and he was talking about they mess us over on trade. Now, when you understand how America actually gets down on trade, and you understand and you recall how America actually treats people, its own citizens, when it comes to the things that you consume, the things that they qualify as food, you see why these nations do what they do. All right, it's not, when it comes to the food thing, they mess us over in trade. Listen. This is one of those things where you have to serve the Yahweh Bashmi al-Shah and not man to understand. These individuals, they basically put anything in these foods, and that's just common knowledge at this point. I'm gonna give one precept and try to make this quick. Daniel chapter 4 verse 17. This is the matter by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over the basis of men. You see? And that is Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite, and that old serpent called the devil and Satan that the Bible speaks of. The spiritual counterpart, I'm talking the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. It's because, as you can see right here, it was a list of foods I played in one of these clips that is banned in Europe. And for good reason, all right? And I don't want about this, I'm gonna do a video later on, all right? Because I seen this video about these decent looking Edomite chicks, they was talking about how they can eat dairy in Europe but not in America. And then when you find out the process of how they treat the dairy and stuff like that in America versus in Europe, then you see exactly why that's the case. Because America, they don't care what goes in your body so long as they get paid. And a lot of people can attest to that. Okay, there's different little ingredients and stuff that contribute to different ailments, so to speak, that America doesn't care about. So it's not so much as Europe, the European Union, the EU, the 10 horns, they wicked too. But this just goes to show you who's the basis of man. It's not so much that they are trying to screw America over on trade, because this is another thing these Edomites do. They like to point the finger. Is the simple fact that they don't want to eat, the EU doesn't want to feed their people poison. They have enough common sense to know that if your people is jacked up mentally, you don't have a functioning society. If you have it where people are noticing that they're being jacked up and they have the option to leave, they'll leave. They won't pay into your economy. They're not going to deal with you. You're a damn devil. And the craziest part about this video I want to mention before I close is that shows you how much of a devil he is, because Moab, the so-called Chinese man, the actual Chinese, not talking about our people that are scattered amongst the Chinese that look like the Chinese, but Moab puts everything in his damn mouth. Moab would eat a cat and a dog, but in Moab, it wasn't just European nations that had pork banned. Pork is already going off, but you had it where Moab banned U.S. pork. Moab is crazy when the video started off talking about Europe, but it's like, damn, Moab isn't even part of Europe, so-called Europe, and Moab not dealing with American pork. No, and if you were Israelite, you shouldn't be touching no pork any damn way. But that just goes to show you, once again, the basis of men. We always talk about how Yahweh Bashman Shai is only dealing with his chosen people, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled-bird Israelite foreigners that look like the heathen. Okay, but to show you how crazy it is, the heathen who haven't even received the law, statutes, and commandments, who always eat anything, they're not dealing with American products. And I'm talking about in the food sector. I'm not really getting on everything else as far as like auto parts and stuff like that, because as you can see, all right, Trump putting tariffs on everybody, that may put a damper on wanting to do business with you. But the food aspect of it, for quite some time, those of us in the know who's more health conscious, so to speak, we've always known that European food products had a better health standard as opposed to American products. That's why, you know, Jake, who knows, you try to go to stores that, you know, have products from Germany, so forth and so on. All right, especially those that like dairy, you try to get it from those type of countries. But yeah, you know, that's all I wanted to get. Quick precept, not precept, Salakia, a quick lesson showing that, look, these devils, man, they love to point the finger. You got these Edomites here in Babylon, they like to point the finger. You got Amalek, the head tribe of the Edomites in the Holy Land, pretending to be us, loving to point the finger while destroying people. So you know, that is what it is, man. The basis of men, and Yahweh Bashmiel Shai is putting it on these nations to basically, you know, depart from these individuals. But that's all I got for this epistle. Once again, I give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, Bashmiel Kakodash. Double honors, all top level, the apostles, the bishop, great millstone, peace, citation, always to the elect. Shalom.